You'd think that we could afford to give you a change of clothes, huh? Nah, but no. That's why I do this. I don't do it for the money, I do it because I love it. All right, anyway. The second part of this class is based around sentence structure. The first part was around identifying sentence parts, but weeks 5, 6, and 7 are really dedicated to sentence structure. So last week we learned about sentence variety, fragments, dangling, modifiers, comma splices, parallelism, etc. Hopefully by now that information is sunk in. It was a lot to ask you to do, but again, you did have something of a down week the week before, even though you had to take an exam. And so hopefully we're getting you geared up for your final exam in a couple of weeks. Okay? Now this week, very straight and to the point, we're going to talk about coordination. We're going to talk about subordination, which is taking certain ideas in a sentence and subordinating them to the primary action. And then we're going to actually look at paragraph structure. Okay? Now, for the most part, in my experience, I try and keep my paragraphs to about 4 sentences. Some can be longer depending on the topic, but for the most part, 4 sentences gives you a nice number to shoot for because you have an introductory sentence, you have a couple of sentences in the middle, which basically provide some facts about the introductory sentence, and then your last sentence is the logical progression to the next paragraph. So it completes the original thought, but yet it opens the door to the next paragraph, okay? This takes time and practice. Don't think that you're going to get it perfect the first couple of times out, especially if you've been away from English grammar for any amount of time and or you are an ESL student, because originally you're thinking in your primary language, and a lot of times when you read something in English, you translate it back to your native tongue and then back into English. So again, paragraphs are different from sentences. Paragraphs are a group of sentences put together to convey a single thought, okay, which generally starts with an introductory sentence, a couple of body sentences, and then a final sentence which wraps it up and then opens the door to the coming paragraph. What do we have that we have every week? We have a discussion, minimum 3 posts. We have a practice quiz. We have a regular quiz, and we have an assignment. It hasn't changed since the start of the course, not going to change for the next week, and then the week after next, your final exam. We're coming down to the wire here, so good luck to all.